Good morning, homies. I look mad crazy right now. I look like, but I'm recording because welcome to a day in the life of me being a bar prep coach. I have a lot in store for you guys. Today is actually session 3, but I just was gonna not vlog because I've been in my sit down video era. That's kind of where I want to go right now. Less editing while I pick up work and have a lot to do on the back end. But right now it is 7:38. My meeting is at 8 a.m. in the morning. I offer services that you could pay for personal mentorship, career development, discussing which law school if you want to go to, pre-law, and advice for while somebody's in law school on my website, www.legallynaiya.com, and of course, bar prep. Everything will be on there. I am a bar prep coach. I offer strategic strategy, and I help catch your pitfalls and guide you to success. Of course, I can't guarantee a passage rate. Nobody can, because to me, there's a lot of things that have to go on behind the scenes, like your willingness to wake up every day and do the work. All I can say is as a coach and as Legally Naiya, I always would lead you in the best direction for you. I believe that everybody learns differently, and this is why I started this, because when I was in bar prep and other people I know from other schools, a lot of people felt like the advice was just for one type of person, and we all learn very differently. So I figured out a system to get the same material to different types of people with whatever their best learning strategy is. So those are reasons to book me. We're about to start our meeting soon. Every time a meeting ends, I just type up my notes. Of course, I can't show y'all because I gotta remain confidentiality, but I type up notes so that I can stay reminded about where the person's at, what I told them to implement, if their scores are increasing. I track their best subjects that they feel like and their actual performance. We discuss Florida multiple choice. I give deadlines on when you need to start things, and y'all, the whole 9 yards. So today I have my notebook ready for my new notes. And I always print out older notes. You can't see anything on here because it's just me having Florida multiple choice and what subjects is on there. But this is me. I always use a notebook to handwrite what's new, where they're at, scores, performances, strengths, weaknesses, comforts, fears, everything. And then I reflect on our old notes, our new notes, and the new information I'm getting, and just provide continuous, ongoing strategy. I probably will end up taking another bar. Been thinking about it. I think I'll take 2 to 3 more. Yeah, and then I'll be done for real. But with the job market, something me and my friend was talking about is your job market that you want to go into. Will there be people in your state that work in that field? Yes. But the main question is there a lot of entry-level jobs? And at first I was confused by what that meant and why so many attorneys was like, oh, you want to do entertainment IP? You should go to California. You should go to Atlanta. Things like that. And I'm like, what do you mean? No, there's entertainment attorneys here. There's IP attorneys here. But what they meant was what states commonly have entry-level jobs that, it's not like this niche to break into, but more like, oh, they're looking for an associate and things like that. And some states are more open to your niche from an entry-level position. As you guys know, of course, I'm applying to jobs. In the meantime, I've created a job for myself, which I love because I might take bar coaching more seriously, although I will always go into IP and entertainment. But in the meantime, getting clients, I'm making my money this way and sustaining myself while I get to go to the beach and get my hair done and chill. It's not a bad trade-off, y'all. I'm actually not mad right now. This is very relaxing. But yeah, I might take another bar as I continue to apply. I cold emailed every person who identified as an entertainment attorney in the Florida bar directory. I'm not going through and doing IP attorneys. They have way more attorneys than entertainment. Entertainment stopped at page 11. IP goes to page 27. I'm on page 4. But every day slowly I do that. My goal is always to do 4 pages a day. I've been a little lazy, but I'm getting to that, and I at least consistently make sure I wake up and do it. But yeah, I'm going to start looking at states that have the niche I want, because a lot of them have a ton of entry-level jobs for a first-year attorney, and there's no struggling to get a job like it is in Florida. Florida is mainly good for personal injury in the public sector, but if you want to really be in a niche, it is harder to get into, although I think it is doable, and I feel like I could really break it, and I know I will. But in the meantime, I'll just take another bar as well so that I don't have to keep cold emailing, and then I can also expand to just applying and being able to move to another state where I could just get a job off the rip. So yeah, food for thought. My friend, she was smart. When she graduated law school in Florida, she literally did not take the Florida bar. She took the UBE because in her mind, she looked at the job market post law school, and that's not something I did. And she realized there was not jobs to apply to for the niche, even though you can code email. But she's like, that's a person kind of creating a job for you versus jobs being available. And now I'm looking at where is the jobs available for what I actually want to do. And the UBE will get you into like 30 states. And I like it because it has Texas and New York in there. But I would also want to take Atlanta, which is a separate bar, Georgia, and possibly California. So that's why I say I need to take like 2 to 3 more bars. But in the meantime, I'm being a bar coach. And they say once you pass one bar, it's easier to pass another because, yeah, you figured out how you learn. You know what you need to do. Like the MBE, I love. I would just have to learn really the essays and that they have state-specific multiple choice. Like, it's really the same thing over and over and over again. So yeah, I'm probably going to take another state bar as I'm still cold emailing, going on LinkedIn and applying. But after I get through those 27 pages, I'm going to just keep networking. There's something coming up. I'm going to go to like sports and entertainment events. And then in the meantime, probably study for another bar. Bro, sometimes I'm like, is the camera greasy or am I just greasy? But no, I'm just greasy and I think it's that over there. Yeah. Also, guys, I'm mature. I'm drinking tea and I haven't put like any sugar or stuff in it. If you know me, if you follow me on TikTok at Legally Naiya, I've been very much into eating right, eating healthy, putting the right things in my body. Have I always been healthy? No. But the older I get, I realize your body really is a vessel. You want to give it the best opportunity to fight infection, disease. I'm more like preventative care right now, especially having a stressful job like a lawyer. I go on walks every weekend now for an hour. I joined 2 wellness communities, one based on my identity and one based on working out. And I'm taking care of me. Now that I'm post-law school, I'm taking care of me. It's a non-negotiable. That bar prep session from that day actually went really well. I'm always glad when people are honest with me and tell me their improvements and the truth about where they are in bar prep. With my last student, she was improving at MBE, remembering the rules. Something I really enjoyed is that she's starting to see how MBE and Florida essays are kind of one of the same test, with the exception of knowing family law and Florida con law, because she wrote an essay and then she literally told me how she wasn't the best on the memory of like a certain subtopic in a topic, but she remembered her MBE definitions and it helped her. And I kind of was telling her like that's the point of like making sure you know MBE definitions as a foundation, learning your Florida rule statements, and then I have a method on how to like drill essays, the proper structure, how to really like get format properly, which should be included in like overall essays of every Florida essay topic, because it all has like a kind of a different angle. And Florida multiple choice, the best way to like maximize getting questions right and understanding the material. And I'm glad to see this method working for her. One thing I want to tell people is like, okay, when you learn MBE, you might feel like, yay, you've knocked a step out, you understand MBE, but there is a whole nother side to MBE. Step 1 is like understanding and actively recalling and knowing the rules. And step 2 is really learning how it's applied. A lot of people get nervous in step 2 because they're like, the rule is not translating to the question. But that is the importance of once you understand the foundation of a subject to learning the rules, because a lot of people feel like the rules could pull you every which way. But when you know a foundation, you're really just learning the aspects of the way the rules are tested versus feeling like nothing's making sense. And as you learn from step 2, you'll pick up on more rules, and that's just the nature of MBE and the strategies that come from MBE. So I'm very glad that we're getting MBE, and even as we're digging into the rough patches of step 2 of MBE, just telling her what's normal, what needs to improve, increasing questions, things like that. I feel like I'm being the me that I needed in bar prep for others, and also respecting where others are at. If I know somebody's naturally good at a subject, then maybe we might do more questions in that subject versus on a day where there's a harder subject for them and we focus more on foundational learning. But just, you know, each person is different, and like I said, that's what my bar prep offers, making sure that you touch all the material from Florida multiple choice to Florida essays to MBE, and knowing how to fix gaps because every student is different, and allowing people to use the methods that work for them, if they're an outliner, if they're a flashcarder, and really just making sure people are more efficient. Bar prep is a mental and a procedural process, and I tell every student that this game is as mental as it is academic. And I'm just happy to help people meet people where they're at, because different students need different things. Some students will probably have a natural incline for essays. Some will have a natural incline for fundamental choice, MBE. But I make sure that everybody is practicing everything, whether another side has to start more slowly, introducing, whatever. But that's really depending on the student. Every student is different, and I just kind of meet you in the middle. If you want to be one of my bar prep students, make sure you go on my website, www.legallynaiya.com, and I could definitely see as we're getting more in the meat of bar prep, the different things to emphasize and focus on. And it's so good to have a person who took the test, especially the test that the bar offers, because they have more of an understanding of the test. And my biggest advice to anybody who's watching my series is to early start when you do bar prep. And I just dropped a 3L video about what every 3L should do before bar prep, basically, or what I wish I did. But the good thing about it is I know how to try to catch holes, even for somebody who started on time or a little bit before, through strategy. So regardless of where you're at, come to me for your bar prep. I offer one session for $150, 90 minutes, just to give you a core understanding of bar prep, what you need to do, how to balance and create a personal plan for you. I offer 3 sessions for 60 minutes for $325 and 6 sessions for $650, where I kind of give you ongoing support during bar prep, and you can renew as you go. One of my students are already renewing because I was scared to do like a 12-week program, because I wanted to make sure me and the student were on the same page and it wasn't too locked in. But now I realized 12 weeks would probably be a good price as well for people who are truly committed and need that ongoing support. And yeah, book me as your bar prep coach. I have a good understanding of the test, from MBE to Florida multiple choice to Florida essays, and I give everybody the strategies that work best for them to maximize performance. See you guys soon. Legally Naiya, legally Naiya.